Construction companies are being targeted by hackers, and their critical systems could be wide open for attack. We'll cover how cybercriminals are breaking into the software that construction firms depend on, and what you can do to protect your business as we sit down and sync up with Rocket IT's weekly technology update. Hello everyone, I'm Chris Swinson, Technology Insider here at Rocket IT, and welcome to Sync Up, your new home for trending technology news. Recently, cybersecurity researchers have uncovered a wave of attacks hitting construction firms that use a popular accounting and project management software called Foundation. This software helps companies handle everything from payroll to managing contracts. But hackers have figured out how to break into these systems, often through a simple yet effective means. This attack method is called a brute force attack. Here's how it works. Hackers try to guess the passwords to highly privileged accounts by throwing thousands of guesses at them until they hit the right combination. So, why construction companies? It's not just because they use the Foundation software. Construction companies often use the on-premise version of this software, which requires a Microsoft SQL server to be publicly accessible for the mobile app to work on job sites. Unfortunately, some companies haven't changed the default passwords on these servers, making them prime targets for brute force attacks. Huntress, a leading cybersecurity firm, was the first to notice these attacks happening in real time. They've already seen successful breaches at plumbing, HVAC, and concrete companies. Basically, any business relying on Foundation software is potentially at risk. Here's how these attacks work. Hackers find these exposed servers and start guessing the default passwords. Once they get in, they can activate features that allow them to run commands on your systems. They can gather all kinds of information like network details, hardware specs, and even user account data. Once attackers are inside, they don't just sit around. They start running commands that give them even more control. For example, they might pull data on your network setup or look at what hardware your business is using, potentially leading to more dangerous attacks. Now, Huntress reported all of this to Foundation's developers, who clarified that this issue only affects on-premise versions of their software. Cloud-based users are safe from this particular attack. Therefore, if you're using the on-premise version, it's up to you to make sure that these servers are locked down. So, what can construction companies do right now to protect themselves? First, change those default passwords immediately. Rotate your admin credentials often, and ensure your SQL server isn't exposed to the internet if it doesn't need to be. Of course, all of this can get pretty complicated, and that's where an IT partner comes in. A good IT partner, like Rocket IT, will not only secure your servers, but also keep an eye on potential vulnerabilities, making sure your network stays protected before problems even happen. For construction firms seeking IT help, contact Rocket IT using the link in this video's description. And to stay up to date on trending technology news, hit that subscribe button and the bell to catch us on next week's episode of Sync Up with Rocket IT.